Coming up on this week's episode of Theme Park Worldwide The Show, the world of Hunger Games has now opened at Motiongate Dubai. I'm going to be sharing some photos and talking all about it. We've got some news from Merlin Entertainments on the future of the company and also on some new acquisitions. And also we're going to be talking about the name which has been revealed for a brand new roller coaster opening next year at Energylandia in Poland. I'm Sean Sandbrook, this is Theme Park Worldwide The Show, and that means it's time to cue those titles. And I do hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. Of course, Halloween's now in full swing at various different theme parks, also at different farm attractions. It's great to see that so many of you out there have been enjoying our Halloween videos. If you've not yet watched them, go back and see them. We've done some really good vlogs over Halloween, Thorpe Park Fright Nights, Alton Towers Scarefest. We went to Twin Lakes for Extreme Scream Park, Dr. Fright's Halloween Nights, Burton Screamfest, and yeah, we've had some really good trips, so make sure you check out those vlogs. We've got a couple of Halloween videos left to go, including a Alton Towers Scarefest vlog. A second one of those, that's going to be online in the next few days, so stay tuned for that, along with a few other Halloween related videos that I'll be putting on before Halloween night on the 31st, which is coming up next week. But yeah, very happy Halloween to all of you out there, and it's good to see you're all enjoying the scare season so far, so enjoy the next few days and what's left of it. That does also mean that we are coming to the end of the UK theme park season for 2017. Now, of course, we are a UK-based theme park channel, and unfortunately, we don't really have loads going on in this country over the winter period. So yeah, I mean, we've got Hyde Park Winter Wonderland that we're going to be going to over winter, along with a few other bits. Me and Charlotte are going out to Disneyland Paris, and a few other trips and stuff planned as well, so stay tuned for that. We've got lots going on the channel this winter, but it does mean that we are coming towards the end of this series of Theme Park Worldwide The Show. In fact, next week, Wednesday the 1st of November 2017, that'll be the last episode of the show for this series. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been the 6th series of the show here on the channel, and yeah, it's just been really good bringing you an episode of the show each week throughout the theme park season since the start of this year. And yeah, 6 series of doing the show. It is crazy, and I'm excited to announce that we've got some very different changes coming to the way we bring news to you on the channel moving forward, so stay tuned for those over winter and going into 2018. We've got some really exciting changes coming to the channel in terms of bringing that theme park news to you, so stay tuned for that in the coming months. But yeah, we've got quite a bit of news to talk about this week, so we'll kick straight in with news off the rails. So here we go then. The first bit of news I'm going to talk about is the world of Hunger Games at Motiongate in Dubai. And obviously we're going to get to experience this in January when me and Harry go out there for the trip. Can't wait to see it all. But yeah, it's part of the Lionsgate theme section at the park, which features attractions inspired by Hollywood. Now the Hunger Games section features a hovercraft simulator that shows a tour of Panem, and you've also got a Capital Bullet Train roller coaster manufactured by Mack. It is a Mack Mega Coaster, and you can see an image of that just at the side of me here. Looks really nice, the finish and stuff to that. I can't wait to see it all when we go out there in January. You've also got different eateries there, Peter's Bakery for snacks, plus you can hang out with the Peacekeepers as well. I'm looking forward to seeing this area. It's been a bit controversial in news this week whether, you know, it's quite an interesting theme to go for in terms of a theme park area. But yeah, I've not actually seen the Hunger Games, but I kind of know what it's all about. I know quite a few people that do enjoy watching it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this area. Like I say, the Mack coaster there looks great. The simulator I'm sure will be good as well. And just generally it looks like a good themed area for the park. It looks like it's been finished off really well in my opinion. Moving on then, let's talk about Merlin Entertainments. Quite a few bits of Merlin related news to talk about this week. And firstly, about Merlin's interesting choices. I mean, over the past few years they've made some interesting decisions, especially with making it a public company and having the shareholders there. In my opinion, that was probably the wrong move to go down. However, Merlin have now announced they're going to reduce planned capex spending, which is basically new rides, shows and all that kind of stuff, by £100 million between 2018, so next year, and 2021. This basically means that they're going to be reducing money spent on rides and attractions from midway attractions such as the Madame Tussauds, the Dungeons and the resort theme parks. That's Chessington, Thorpe, Heidi Park, etc. However, that does exclude the Legoland parks, but more about them in a second. But yeah, the report states this doesn't affect planned spending on health and safety and maintenance, but the money from what they've saved here is going to be spent on accelerating hotel growth. Which, how many hotels do they really need at Merlin? I mean, you know, you've got Alton Towers now with 4 hotels. It's just, I don't know, they need to be spending money on the theme park side of things, in my opinion. I understand that hotels is important in terms of growth, but what's the point in having all these hotels if the theme parks aren't up to scratch? So, I don't know, we'll see what happens with this one. But yeah, moving on from that then about the Lego park. So, as part of the Merlin announcements over the past few days, it's been announced that from 2019 onwards, all the Legoland parks in the world will receive an area themed to the Lego movie. That sounds quite good. I have seen the Lego movie, do really enjoy it. And this accompanying concept art that we can see just here gives you a good idea of what attractions to expect. Some sort of drop tower in there, kind of like the Poppy Tower in the Arthur themed area at Europa Park. And is that a flying theatre I can spot there as well? Quite an interesting and expensive development if Merlin go into the flying theatres. I mean, they do cost quite a bit of money, but who knows? I wouldn't complain seeing a flying theatre at Legoland. At the end of the day, it's a high capacity attraction that'd, you know, definitely boost the lineup at Legoland Windsor. Definitely it needs that. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this one moving forward. The third and final piece of news from Merlin is about Peppa Pig. Now Merlin have won the licence for Peppa Pig themed attractions and areas and accommodation outside of the UK. Don't worry, fans of Peppa Pig World at Paultons Park, the area's safe, it's not going to be torn down. You know, at the end of the day, they did a fantastic job with that, and I highly doubt these attractions that Merlin are going to do are going to be anywhere near as good a quality as what Paultons Park did with their area, but I'm looking forward to seeing it, what they do. We won't be seeing anything at the UK parks, it's the Thorpe Park, obviously the Legoland parks, they wouldn't really go down Peppa Pig anyway, would they? Alton Towers, Chessington, we're not going to see anything there, but who knows, Gardaland, Heidi Park, maybe we're going to see something a bit like Shrek's Adventure Abroad, where they're going to do theme to Peppa Pig. Who knows, but it'd be very interesting to see what they do with it, because it's a good brand, it's very popular around the world. I was doing a bit of research just when I was writing the script for the show, and I didn't realise how big Peppa Pig was outside of the UK. To be honest, I thought it was more just a UK based brand, but apparently not. But yeah, I look forward to seeing what they do with it, but yeah, I'm not expecting the same detail as what Paultons Park did. It's a family owned park, they put so much into it themselves, and yeah, we'll see what happens with this one and what Merlin do with that licence outside of the UK. Final bit of news then this week comes from Energylandia in Poland. I spoke about this place quite a lot over the past couple of years. Loads of expansion. I mean, they've already got 10 operating roller coasters at this park, and they'll have 12 there by this time next year. But yes, we've now got a name for their brand new Intamin mega coaster. It is a hyper coaster and it's 255 foot tall. It will reach a speed of 87 miles per hour and it's going to be called Hyperion. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and maybe riding that next year. It looks good. I'd like to go out there, do a vlog for the channel and just see it already. It's a new part to do, 12 new credits it'll be, so yeah, I'd like to go there. But the fact that they've got 10 roller coasters already, they only opened in 2014, that's crazy, isn't it? So much expansion. They're trying to take down Six Flags Magic Mountain at this rate, aren't they, for the record of most amount of coasters. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. Looks great, and again, you got the concept art at the side of me there for Hyperion, the brand new ride manufactured by Intamin, opening at Energylandia in Poland in 2018. It's now time for Merch Paradise. So welcome to Merch Paradise, where I've got a very special item to share with you this week. Now this is brand new here to the world of theme parks. I've only just got it. And it's a big thank you to the management team and maintenance at Drayton Manor Theme Park in Tamworth, who've given me this from one of my favourite rides at the park. Well, one of my favourite past rides at the park anyway, Pirate Adventure. A really nice boat ride with heavy theming. I just really enjoyed it, and here you got one of the wheels here from one of the boats. from Pirate Adventure. And to be honest, look at it, it's a really good condition, isn't it? You'd expect it to be, you know, in a bit of a state, really. But yeah, a lot of people have asked me, what's going on with Pirates Adventure? Basically, the building itself cannot be used for a ride anymore. They were looking at getting it back open and they can't, basically. It's a shame that the building's just fallen into disrepair, really, but hopefully they'll do something with it going forward. I'd love, of course, to see them repair all the roof, repair the building and completely revitalise the attraction, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. I was rating, I've already got a lot on the plate with Pandemonium refurbishment. Of course, they had the incident on Splash Canyon earlier this year as well, and yeah, there's various other projects what they're working on at the moment, such as Stormforce 10 and Tower 5 on Apocalypse, so we'll see what happens with that next season. But yeah, giving me this, really nice, because it's a very special ride to me, and when me and Charlotte first got together as well, yeah, we just kept going around on Pirates Adventure, we really enjoyed it and thought, yeah, what a nice little thing to have. So I don't know why I'm whacking it, but there you go. Thank you very much to the guys at Drayton Manor for this wheel from Pirates Adventure. And if you're watching this, I'd love to see that ride reopen, and I promise if you reopen it, I might even give you the wheel back.
You're like a roller coaster, move and shake me side to side. Yes, then I know, but I'm making you ride like a roller coaster.
Now, as I mentioned back at the start of the show, next week will be the final episode in the current series of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, and this means it will be your last Name That Coaster. Last week, quite a few people got it right. It was a Gerstlauer Eurofighter that opened in 2009 at Thorpe Park. Saw the ride, of course. Be interesting to see what happens with Saw going forward. I mean, it's not got long until its 10th birthday, only a couple of years. Are they going to keep the licence? Who knows what's going to happen? I'd like to see a bit of a re-theme into more of a horror theme ride, what's not an IP. Imagine them doing sort of their own take on it. It'd be quite nice to see, wouldn't it? With some new special effects and things, freshen it up a bit. But yeah, here we go. It's time for the last Name That Coaster of the series. So here we go. All you got to do is just for fun, comment down below. Here it is, the last one. It's Name That Coaster. And stop the audio clip. There we go. Remember, it is just for fun. Comment down below. I might even give you a helping hand in the comments. And next week, in the final episode of the show, I will reveal exactly what it was. So it's time for the final section of this week's episode of the show, and it is TPW Showcase. Now, as I mentioned on various different occasions throughout this week's episode, next week will be the final episode in the series of Theme Park Worldwide, the show, meaning this is your last opportunity to send in any photos, any birthday shout-outs, any special mentions, ready for next week's episode. Now, anything that needs to be put into next week's episode of the show, make sure you've got it sent in before Sunday the 29th of October at 9 PM. That's this Sunday coming at 9 PM. So make sure it's guaranteed to be in next week's episode of the show. So here we go, it's time for the second to the last TPW Showcase. Here we go, and lots to go through this week, over 25 different photos. So here we go. Firstly, we've got Leanne, who had a photo there with me. It was great to meet you. Moving on, we've got Heidi with an Expedition Everest on-ride photo. Thanks for sharing that one. We've then got Nick, who had a photo there with me. It was lovely to meet you there, Nick. Then we've got Adam just there, who had a photo with me there as well. We've then got Philip and Michelle on Red Force at Ferrariland in Portaventura. You had a good time. We've then got Archie with a very spooky fan drawing. I'm loving that, so thanks for sharing it with me. Moving on, we've got James with a Runaway Mine Train at Adventure Wonderland photo, so thank you very much for sharing that one. Then got Hannah in the Freak Show at Alton Towers Scarefest 2017. Thanks for sharing that one, Hannah. Next up, we've got Joel with a Valhalla on-ride photo from Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We then got Erin, who had a photo there with me. Great to meet you. We then got Luke with the Guardians of the Galaxy on-ride photo from Disney California Adventure. Thanks for sharing that one. Then got Dutch Coasters, who had a photo with myself, Charlotte and Martin just outside Symbolica at Efteling. Then got Marcus with a Flight of the Pterosaur on-ride photo from the Lost Kingdom at Paultons Park. We then got Raul with a big one on-ride photo. Thanks for sending in that one. Moving on then, we've got Matt who had a photo with myself and Jack, so thanks for sharing that one. Then got Kelly who had a photo there with me. It was great to meet you. Then we've got Jack who had a photo there with me as well. Thanks for sharing that one. Great to meet you. James who had a photo there with me. So there was a lot of photos this week. Then got Daniel who had a photo there with me as well. Thanks for sharing that one. Then got Isaac, Jamie and Josh with a photo with me there, so thanks for sending it in to us. Then got Callum with a rock and roller coaster on-ride photo, thanks for sharing that one. Zoe's got a photo now outside the Galactica portal in Forbidden Valley at Alton Towers. Thanks for sharing that one. Then got Lucas and Marcus with a photo there with me. Thanks for sending it in. Just a few left to go now. We've got John next outside Formula Rossa at Ferrari World. So thank you very much for sending in that one. I can't wait to ride it with Harry in January. Next up then we've got Alan with a Smiler on-ride photo as well. So thanks for sharing in that one. And then we've got Oliver with a Red Force on-ride photo from Ferrari Land at Port Aventura. Also a big happy birthday to Adam from myself and everyone here at Theme Park Worldwide. There we go, the second to the last episode of the show for this series. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Like I say, we've got some very interesting stuff to come over winter. A very new way of bringing you the news on the channel, so we look forward to sharing that with you in the coming months. Other than that, I'll be back next Wednesday for the final episode in the series of the show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Sean Sandbrook, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you later, guys. Have a good week.